brands launching the next viral, gimmicky, overhyped makeup products. How do you know what you actually need to buy? Especially if you are a beginner. Well, as your fairy brown mother, I'm here to break it down for you guys because I truly feel like I've put together the ultimate 10 product beginner makeup kit that is perfect for the brown and the black girlies. And not only that, this makeup is made to last, baby. And I'm gonna give you guys affordable alternatives because I understand not everyone can afford a $40 concealer. Because if you wanna know how to get this everyday natural makeup look in only 10 products, be sure to keep watching. Hi, my name is Monica Ravi-Conway, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Before we get into this video, make sure you're already subscribed to my channel. And now let's get into it. Okay, before we get into the makeup, we have to do skin prep and skincare, and it doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to be a 50-step skincare routine. And it also doesn't have to be expensive. As someone with hyperpigmentation and acne scars, my skin prep routine in the morning looks a little bit different, and that's why I'm really excited to be partnering with Naturium for this section of the video. Naturium is a science-backed skincare brand that's pretty affordable that I've probably been using since college, so the fact that I'm partnering with them on this video, it feels like a full circle moment. Excuse my voice today, I'm a little nasally because I'm kind of fighting my cold, so please bear with me here. For skin prep, you always want to make sure that your skincare routine is tailored to your skin type. And you always want to make sure that your skin is thoroughly cleansed and clean. So in the morning, I love going in with the Naturium Niacinamide Cleansing Jelly 3%. Especially if you're applying makeup, you want your skin to be thoroughly cleansed. And this just gently dissolves any impurities, and it doesn't also leave my skin super dry, which is a problem that I have with a lot of cleansers. I don't love products with too high of a percentage of niacinamide, so that's also why I really like this cleanser. I've been loving using the Naturium Azelaic Topical Acid 10%. And azelaic acid is a really underrated ingredient. It's super gentle, and it's helped improve the appearance of my dark spots. Overall, it just helped me improve the appearance of my skin tone. Because if you're a brown girl, hyperpigmentation, uneven skin tone is super normal, and this one is only $20. It doesn't break the bank. I also love just how thin this serum is. Sometimes skincare products with active ingredients makes my makeup pill, but this one doesn't, because it dries to a really nice finish and it absorbs really quickly. And because we're keeping it simple, for moisturizer, I have two options. For my combo skin and dry skin babes, we have the Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. This is the Naturium Multi-Peptide Moisturizer. And to show you guys the difference, I'm gonna use the Dew Glow SPF 50 on this side and the Multi-Peptide Moisturizer on this side. Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50 is probably one of my favorites. One of the most unique parts of the sunscreen is the cap. In order to get the advertised SPF protection, there's a cap that tells you how much you need. But because I'm only gonna put this on half my face, I'm gonna use about a 1/4 teaspoon. Because I have combination skin, I love using this because it's a moisturizer and sunscreen in one. It is super rich, it's super hydrating, and it wears beautifully under makeup, and no white cast. So if you have dark skin, if you have brown skin, if you have fair skin, this is not gonna leave a white cast because it is an organic chemical sunscreen. As you can see in the before and after, she is really hydrating, so this is perfect for the dry skin and the combo skin gals. And on the other side, I'm gonna use the Naturium Multi-Peptide Moisturizer. This is a really nice moisturizer, and it's gonna leave your skin feeling really soft. But because it also has peptides in it, apparently there's an 8-week clinical study done on women and men. 97% of subjects showed an improvement in skin firmness in 8 weeks. And 100% of subjects showed instantly doubled hydration levels, which I think shows that even though this is a really lightweight moisturizer, it still really deeply hydrates your skin. You could clearly see the difference in finishes between both these products. Like, you could see why this is better for drier skin and this is better for oilier skin. But because this is not a sunscreen, I'm gonna pair it with another sunscreen right over it. And finally, we have one of my favorite Naturium products. This is the Phyto Glow Lip Balm SPF 45. And this is really important, and not enough people talk about it. This is one of the few SPF lip balms that's super affordable. This is also such a gorgeous color. This is the shade Escape, and I love this lip balm because it doesn't taste like sunscreen and it has like a slight subtle mint flavor. And not only is this SPF 45, it's super hydrating, and I feel like it's really glossy. Like, look how beautiful my lips look now. I love that Naturium has skincare for everyone, and all the ingredients of the products that I've showed you today you can use literally every day. And if you guys are interested in any of these products, I will link them down in the description below. But now that our skin is prepped and treated, it is time to show you guys my beginner makeup must-haves for brown skin. And there's honestly another video that I wish I had growing up, because the amount of times that I was led wrong because I took makeup recommendations from creators and influencers who did not look like me. I probably wasted way too much of my parents' money. So that's why I'm here for you guys. Because as someone who has tested hundreds of makeup products, done my own makeup for 15 years plus, and I've also done a lot of other brown girls makeup at this point, I think I know the tea. So with that being said, let's get into it. A lot of makeup kits are not meant to last. Like, you put the makeup on and then it slides off your face after 4 seconds. So that's why you need some sort of mattifying, long-wearing primer. Do you need a primer? No. But if you find that your makeup slides off your face, you have oily skin, and you just cannot get your makeup to last, you need a primer. And these two are the ones that I probably constantly reach for. The first product and holy grail is the Naturium Universal Blurring Balm Powder. This is a really unique product. There's probably nothing like it on the market because this has something called upsilite in it. It's an ingredient that helps reduce the production of oil. It also gives that slight blurring effect, and it also helps make your makeup like sweat proof. I don't know how Danessa did it, but this is one of the best oil control sweat resistant primers. I'm probably even gonna be wearing it on my wedding day as well. Also lately been loving applying it with a brush. This is the BK Beauty foundation brush. Other reason I like this blurring balm is it doesn't overtly mattify my face, because I have combo skin, meaning certain areas of my face do get oily versus certain areas of my face stay greasy AF. This is gonna keep my makeup on all night. But for the girlies who cannot spend the $35 price tag of this, e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer. I've done multiple wear tests with this. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Danessa, but it's a really good, affordable alternative for a mattifying primer. And if you're someone with drier skin, honestly, I would say you just need a really good moisturizer. And that's why, trust me, try the Naturium SPF 50. You will thank me later. This is godly as a makeup primer for the dry skin babes. The next thing that will forever live in my makeup kit as a brown girl is a color corrector and a concealer. Because we're not using foundation today, I have 2 shades of concealer and 1 color corrector. And that's basically gonna be like our base makeup. An orangish color corrector can cancel out any blue, gray tones in hyperpigmentation. But if you have no clue what I'm talking about, you have to watch my beginner makeup video. I'll link it like right here somewhere that goes into in-depth color correction and how to color correct. I'm gonna be using my favorite recent holy grail, the Morphe color corrector. The one thing about color correction is you wanna find the right shade for your skin tone. I'm using the Morphe color corrector in the shade Papaya. I like to apply this corrector around my mouth and basically anywhere that I have that discoloration and pigmentation. I'm also gonna put just the smallest amount underneath my eyes before I put any concealer, because I'm sick. My dark circles today are pretty poppin'. If you struggle with your concealer not lasting, looking cakey, looking orange, the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer, I actually like this concealer more than the Double Wear Foundation because this is a lot more thin. But this can be a little bit drying, so if you have dry skin or also are on a budget, this is the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. It's a little bit of a thicker formula, keep in mind, so you're not gonna get the same wear as the Estee Lauder concealer, but this is a great, affordable alternative. I have 1 concealer that matches my skin tone pretty well, and another concealer that matches this part of my face really well, because I am someone with like 50 shades of brown on my face, which is, again, super normal, so that's why I like to use 2 different concealers. As someone with neutral olive undertones, it's really hard to find concealers and shades that don't make me look like a freaking Oompa Loompa, but shade 4W is one of the best shades like of my life. I like to load up the product on the brush. This is the same brush that I use for the corrector, and just slightly start tapping underneath my eyes and where I also put that color corrector. Pretty full ass coverage, which is also why I say you don't really need to use like a foundation. I'm gonna take the darker shade. This is 5W, and I'm loading up that same brush again, but this time I'm gonna focus on kind of like my mouth area. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the concealer on my BK Beauty brush and just put that just on the areas where I need that extra love. And the coverage of this concealer is just really good, but it also still looks like skin. Like, it looks really natural. And you wouldn't think that for Estee Lauder. Before I do anything else, I like to just take a sponge and just make sure everything is melted into my skin. We're on the 4th product now, which is powder. And if you are someone with oily skin, you need powder. Trust me. I personally feel like the most beginner-friendly powder is a pressed powder. Can you tell this is like my favorite or one of my favorite pressed powders? This is the LYS Beauty Triple Fix setting powder. It retails for about $20, but there isn't a setting powder that I found on the market that's like this because it mattifies, but it's not like overtly mattifying. This is like a pretty good olivey shade in shade Tan. This is a really good brightening shade for me in shade Ambition. You can just use one shade of powder, but because again, I'm someone with multiple shades of brown on my face, and I am gonna be skipping bronzer contour to keep dimension so I don't look so flat. That's why I like to use 2 different shades of powder and 2 different shades of concealer. This is the Morphe M164 powder brush. I'm gonna start with the lightest shade. Just gently press it underneath my eyes. And this powder is also really great for dry skin because again, it's not like overtly mattifying. It looks really natural. And the nice part is if you are like me and you could still see a little bit of your dark circles and need some extra coverage, you can load it up on a powder puff like this. Make sure you dab the excess off on your hands and then go right along your nose and on the areas where you need that extra brightness. For the rest of my face, I'm using the darker shade in shade Tan and a fluffier brush. And I'm just like, I don't know, whatever this motion is, it works for me, but it keeps the dimension to my face and lightly sets the concealer. Now for blush, to me the most beginner-friendly blush and the one I keep with me every day is the Mob Beauty powder blushes. I just put all 6 of these into a palette. This is my shade that I made with them in the shade Crimson Crush. Today I'm going to use the shade M20. I'm taking that same powder Morphe brush. This is such a beautiful everyday shade if you are someone with brown skin. It's like a really pretty like muted pink. Because Mob Beauty knows their color theory, like they have a shade for basically everyone. If you want something affordable, you could also try some of the e.l.f. blushes. This one's great for dry skin, and my favorite shade if you're around my skin tone is Suave Mauve. This is one of my favorite powder blushes. It's in the shade Always Tempting. My favorite shade, Always Rosy, they Oompa Loompa-fied it, so don't buy that one. Instead, buy Always Tempting. The other reason I love Mob Beauty is everything can go into a palette. Bronzer, a nude blush, and then 2 of my favorite pink blushes from them. So I just take this with me everywhere, and I have like all shades of blush. I feel like something every beginner makeup kit should have is some sort of brow gel or brow wax. I personally think you don't need like a brow pencil, but definitely having something to like lay down the hairs of your brows, I definitely recommend. The one that I use every day is the Benefit Brow Wax, which is on the pricier side, but this really just helps lift my brows. Because this adds definition and keeps my hairs in place, I don't need to use brow pencil, but if you do want something more affordable, this is the Maybelline Super Fluff. I've used this in a few of my previous videos. I wouldn't say these are comparable, but this one's a really good drugstore option as well, but this one by far is my favorite. The next product I think every beginner should have is a good volumizing mascara that is flake free. It's like my 100th bottle. This is the mascara that I've been using since high school. This is the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift Mascara, and I specifically buy the waterproof version because my lashes grow straight down, and as a hairy brown girl, I was blessed with hair everywhere but my lashes. It's also really volumizing and it lasts all day. I already have it on my eye. $12. It does the job. Timeless in my opinion, and everyone should own a mascara. It's easy to use. Here are my 3 empties for proof. This is a good ass mascara, trust me. Now for the lips, kind of, because this is a very multi-purpose product. And that is a brown lip liner, but not any brown lip liner. This specific one is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Limitless Brown. And this is a brown girl, black girl makeup must-have. It's a perfect, deep, warmer shade of brown. So it flatters a variety of deeper skin tones, but not only that, it can be used on the eyes, on the face, on the lips. It was made to be used all over your face. So what are we gonna do today? We're gonna use it all over the face. The first place I'm gonna use this is as eyeliner. Make sure it's clean. I always like to clean it off on the back of my hand first. And then I'm gonna use this in my waterline. And it's the perfect shade of rich, warm brown. And I feel like it really enhances my brown eyes. And I'm even gonna wing it out ever so slightly. But look how pretty that looks. It's like the perfect dark brown shade. Before I put it anywhere else, I'm going to wipe it off. I'm gonna use this as eyeshadow, as contour, and as my lip liner. Because I needed to be a little bit more emollient for the eyeshadow, I first like to warm it up on the back of my hand first. Then I'll take a brush before it dries, lightly just brush it all over my lid. See, this gives like a nice subtle wash of color. If you have pigmentation on your lid, the warm brown can kind of help neutralize that. Like look at that before and after. It's like subtle, but she makes a difference. We're also gonna do a little bit of nose contour, but you don't have to do this, but I like to do it. The other nice thing is if this is a little bit too deep for you, they have a few other shades that are perfect for lighter skin or even deeper skin. Probably the most obvious place to use this is as lip liner. If you're someone with two-toned lips, brown lips, or ashy lips like me, a lip liner is great to help add dimension, and that's why I do think every brown girl needs to own a brown lip liner. The most important thing about wearing lip liner is you want to make sure it's blended out, okay? No harsh lines. And to keep my lips protected, I'm just gonna go back in and add that Naturium Phyto Glow Lip Balm SPF 45 to the center of my lips. I've been loving these lip balms because again, they're SPF 45, but they provide the perfect amount of like color and pigment. Especially paired with the brown lip liner, you can't tell me that's such a gorgeous like everyday lip combo, and your lips are protected. Okay, that's the most important part. The final product that I have in this kit is a good setting spray. I have two here. They're both actually from the drugstore, but I wanted to recommend two to you guys because you have to set your face based on your skin type, the same way you do skincare and the same way you pick your primer. So if you have oily or combination skin like me, I've been loving the NYX face glue. This is pretty mattifying, but I feel like still also keeps the life in your skin. So that's the one I'm gonna be using today. You do have to give it a good shake because it will separate. And then you could go in and spray it on your face. Let this dry. I'm gonna tell you about this one. This is my other favorite drugstore setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last. I would say this is better for dry skin and combo skin. I use this quite a lot. But these two setting sprays, especially from the drugstore, I think are really worth it. And that, my friends, is the ultimate 10 product beginner makeup kit for brown skin. This also just so happens to be my everyday makeup routine. All these products will be linked in the description below with my exact shades. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.